part of our 20K program. So we're going to bring Camele up to the stage. Everybody, welcome.
Yay, Camele.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Camele. How are you?
We're so
Good.
excited to
You
have
guys are looking much better than when I saw you this afternoon. That's good.
Yeah, got a nap.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
And I got those antibodies.
Good stuff.
Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, we're glad that you're here with us. So why
Absolutely.
don't you tell us, Camele, a little bit about yourself, your story, where you're from, all that fun stuff.
Well, I'm out here in Mississauga, Ontario, in Canada, and I've been in the travel industry for about 7 years. I started out just as like travel agent, just booking out anything, and then I just decided, you know what, I want to do something different. And I was always into destination weddings. And I decided, you know what, let me take the lead. So I was fortunate enough to be with an agency whose their main focus is destination weddings. And I joined them in 2017. The first time I joined them, I did my first wedding show like that same Friday. I signed the contract on Friday and I did the wedding show knowing absolutely nothing, no questions to ask. I was just thrown in.
Sure.
But over time with the team that we have, we at that point we relied a lot on leads. And we had a bigger group at that time, so leads were far in between. So again, I was completely green, so I just kind of went with the flow. And at this time, I'm doing it part-time because I do have a full-time job. So I was okay being like very slow with things. And then after a while, I decided it's like, you know what, I really enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what, I want to step it up and I want to see if I can make this a full-time thing, even though I was still working. But things were just, I don't know, it was just not working for me. The same thing like Karen had mentioned, you know, you get close to trying to close these leads, and closing was my biggest thing. Like no matter what lead I got, I talked to the clients. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to sign that contract. Something happens, it doesn't work out. And I started to get discouraged. And I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I don't think this is going to work for me the way I wanted it to work. And I don't know if it was divine intervention, but I got this text on my phone from Tammy. And I'm thinking, first of all, how does she find my number to text me? Because I've never, like, I'm not gonna lie, I never saw you on social media at all. Like, I did not know where this text came from. I didn't know if it was something I signed up before. Like, I was just blindsided. But I was like, you know what? Let me take a chance on it. And it was the bride attraction workshop.
Oh, yeah.
The one I attended. That's the very first one I attended of you guys. I listened to what you guys said and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I think God was like, listen, this woman texts you for a reason. You need to listen to what she has to say. So immediately my mindset just completely changed. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. So I went to the workshop, and then I came on, I linked you guys on social media, listened to your weekly calls and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. And then I signed up. You guys invited me to one of your 20K private groups. And you openly invited me before I was even a member. And that day, listening to everybody talk, you guys showing your recommendations, I was like, there's no doubt I am going to sign up for this. And I remember you guys took me personally behind in a private conversation, and I signed up that day. Best thing I've ever done. Like, it has made me look at it completely different in how I do my work, in the social media aspect, which I was not good at. Even narrowing down who my clients, who I want to be, because the same thing, I was looking at anybody and anything, you know. And the first time, in the first year that I started with this company, I only closed one lead. I only had one wedding.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to work. And now, since I've been with you guys, learning from you guys, I have to say, like, this year for 2022, I have 6 weddings, 7, my 7th one I'm working on right now. Like, even the agency, because I work with a great group of women, they were like, Camele, what are you doing? Like, oh my God, like, this is such a 360 from how you were before.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I've been able to work with a bunch of amazing people who has shown me the way to go. Like they ask me questions, like a lead magnet. Oh my God, I never heard of that. They see my social media. Oh my God, your social media looks so good. Oh my, like they're going nuts. And I'm like, yeah, that's Tammy and Lou for you.
Hey, Camille, just so you know, you get affiliate sales. If you get other people to sign up for the 20K, you get a percentage of that.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Just so
Yeah.
you know, for those people that might want to learn a little more.
Oh yeah. Because now it's like now I stand out because I'm able now to capture my own leads. Because as you know, when you're working with an agency, how it works there, right? So getting your own leads is very important. So
Yes.
I lock in my own. I'm getting in my own leads. Like I've got a couple off of Facebook. My team was like, "Are you you got a lead off of Facebook?" I'm
Yes,
like,
she
"Yeah."
did.
I did. And nobody on my team has ever done Facebook. Even though they've worked on it, they have never gotten a lead off of it. I was the first person on the team to get that done. And they were like, what are you doing? I said, Lou
Wow.
and Tammy.
So now your target is to quit your full-time job then. That's your next
Absolutely.
that's your next
Absolutely.
step. Good for you.
That's
Well,
Exactly.
you're on your way.
You're
That's
well
for
on your
sure.
way
Yes.
to doing that.
And
Yes.
and being in this course and like alongside the team and everything, it really ignited a spark that I lost. Like I was throwing in the towel because I was like, this is not working. So when that text came, I was like, oh my God, somebody
probably
must have been
was
reading
God.
it.
It
Yeah,
must have been God because
100%. Like to this day, I'm trying to figure out how did this text come to me? Like I never heard of you before. Like I was like, oh my God. And everything, the minute I answered that text and I attended, it all started falling into place.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
this was our goal for the program. Our goal for the program were stories like yours, stories like Karen's, and that now we know what we're doing. We're doing something right because you're having success. We're doing it right.
100%.
So
yeah, we're so excited for you. So what would you say like is the thing that made the biggest impact, would you say, in being part of 20K and when it comes to your business? What was the biggest?
Well, the first thing is narrowing down your ideal client. Where you're not just settling for anybody, like you just pick and choose for the sake of, okay, I need to get this booking.
Right.
So for you teaching how to do the lead magnet and how to narrow down your client, that helped me a lot because it's like you have in your mind what you want, but you don't know how to put it into practice to say, okay, this is who I want to focus on. And I mean, I don't have a huge amount of weddings yet, but all the weddings that I'm working on are quality weddings and weddings that are my ideal clients, which is really good.
And
then, yeah,
100%.
100%. And even to my closing rate, the same thing, like what Karen was saying, no matter what I did, I could not close anything. I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? And it's like all the time, every lead that has come in, whether it's given to me or on my own, I have now successfully closed it. I had one where this lead came in. She was talking to another destination specialist. She was talking to her, and I happened to contact her, send her an email because it got lost in my mail, and I apologized. So I said, if you're speaking to somebody else, that's fine. She called me immediately. We were talking and everything, and she was like, she honestly felt that the woman that she was talking to, who were providing her information, she thought it was a scam. And the reason why is because the woman only wanted to communicate with her via email. She never called her. She even asked, like, can we meet? She said no. She asked, can we do a Zoom call? She said no. So when she said, like, I don't understand. So she got scared and she stopped talking to her. So when I came in, I was like, listen, you want a Zoom call? I'm there for you. I admitted that I'm still not visiting, like making face-to-face, but 100%, I'll do a Zoom call with you anytime you want. To this day, I just booked her this past week. So I finished her website and everything. I have yet to do a Zoom call with her. Everything was by telephone or email. And every time I'm like, let's talk on Zoom, she's okay. Because I think listening to me, talking to me, she could feel that number one, I knew what I was doing. and
Yeah.
she could trust that I would take care of her.
Mhm.
You,
And
you
I
just
got her
said,
off the bat.
you said the key thing, Camille. That's one of the biggest things that we try to teach in the 20K system is setting up that like and trust factor
Yes.
for you, the destination wedding agent,
Mhm.
because there is no, I promise you, there is no competition when you're going after your exact bride,
Right.
Mhm.
speaking her language,
Yeah.
and she is receiving that from you. There, it drowns out the competition
Yeah.
because they know that this Camille understands me.
Mhm.
Oh, this Camille was reachable, and all right, now that I've talked to her, she really knows what she's doing. There's no more competition after that, guys.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Jessica has a question for you.
Mhm.
She is wondering what method works best for you as far as responding to your clients and researching while having a full-time job.
For me personally, any leads that I get, rather it's my own, like if I get contacted on Facebook or like if I get leads from my agency, because my agency, I'll admit they're really good with giving out leads.
Yeah.
Automatically, I do two things. The first thing I do is I do a phone call. I don't care what time of day it is. I'll call you and I'll leave a voicemail. And the
Sure.
second, I will send you an introduction email of myself, and just say, let's set up a call and speak together. And that seems to work. I find phone calls is a big deal because in this day and age, everybody deals with emails all the
Yeah.
time, because members on my team, when I told them that's what they do, they're like, oh my God, you call them? I'm like, well, their number's there. Why wouldn't I? Like because I know if I'm calling them, I'm getting that information right away. I send an email, it can take forever. Right.
Yeah.
So I do
Right.
it right away. Now with working a full-time job, because I do work from home, it's a big plus.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm able to be very flexible. So I do schedule time in between where I'll focus just on traveling, because I can do that. And I do use my evenings, although they don't realize that I work after hours, because what I do is I usually schedule my emails to go out during work hours. So there's nothing coming out after hours. So even though I work late at night, and that's by my own choice because I have a full-time job, they're thinking, oh, I'm there during the day because they're getting their emails during the day.
Okay.
So, and then I use my weekends as well. And that's for me, again, because I am part-time, I use as much time that I can when I do have the free time to deal with my clients if I have to. And I do have clients that are very receptive to, let's say, let's do an evening call. Like I schedule one day a week where it's like I'll do calls up until 9 o'clock, because of course you're dealing too with clients that sometimes can't talk during the day.
Right.
Sure.
But I always want to talk to them first. And then
I think that's great. And
That's
I
fabulous.
think those are really great tips too for,
Yeah.
really protecting your time and in terms of the perspective of your client thinks that because the moment you start texting an email or, emailing somebody at 11 p.m., they're just going to think that you're just 24/7 working.
Exactly.
And so they can contact you at any time. But if you schedule that out, I think that's really a great piece of advice right there.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, Camille. If there's
Absolutely.
anybody
Yeah.
on the fence about joining 20K, is there any words of wisdom you would give them?
I would say, you know what, put your foot in and go. It is the best investment I've ever made. Like I've done different trainings here and there, like even regards to as simple as lead magnets I've done. And it's nothing compared to what I've learned so far in this, in the 20K. That's why I've got the 20K 2.0. Like I've got like pretty much every program you guys have, I have purchased, because I'm not missing out on anything. And I know that it's money well spent. And also too, like Karen said, the community is awesome. I can email at any time and get a response. Even when you're in the Facebook group, you have a lot of support there. There's nobody who's not there to help you. I think it's a wonderful thing, and again, the best investment I ever made for my business.
Thank you, Camille.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
Absolutely.
We're so grateful and we're so excited for your success, and we can't
Yes.
wait to hear about you being able to be a full-time destination wedding designer.
That
We'll be
is the
celebrating
plan.
that together as the 20K family.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Start making awards for our 20K members, like the 20K, like Karen would have the 100 I don't know, $110,000 award, you know, and the more so depending on, you know, Camille would have the 75,000, you know, whatever. We need to start putting awards up there because you guys are all accomplishing so much. So.
And Christine had a quick question for you. How do you get both the bride and groom on your call when you phone them? So she probably doesn't initially.
No, yeah. Usually I'll most of the time you're always going to talk to the bride originally, but I found a lot too. Honestly, sometimes I don't even have to ask. A lot of times when I send my initial email as well, I always indicate the bride and the groom. And most of the time too, sometimes like when I do speak to somebody, I'll be like, you know, let's talk to both of you. Let me know what time works for you. I just wanted to get an initial call to introduce myself to you and to let you know, ask general questions just to start. And then I would say, like, you know, let's carve out a time where I can talk to both you and your fiance, and then we can go into more detail of what your ultimate plan is for your wedding. And also, if I don't speak to the person, the same thing, I send an email and I address it to both couples. And the same thing when you guys are both available, let me know and we'll set up a call. But I've also found too that a lot of my brides too, they immediately have their fiance there, so it works that way as well.
It's becoming a lot more popular now, where they'll both show up just in general, which is a good thing because it used to be
That's right.
not that way. So, but Camille, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For sharing.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
6 weddings going on 7. Love it.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Have a good night. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.